Friends in Recovery, the Addiction Recovery Podcast, is brought to you by the Friends in Recovery community, a thriving network of individuals who are fighting back against the stigma of addiction. Join our hosts as they speak up about the real issues of addiction, treatment, and recovery. Friends in Recovery, the Addiction Recovery Podcast, is available on Facebook, Podbean, iTunes, and YouTube 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, here are your Friends in Recovery.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Friends in Recovery podcast. I'm your host, Jersey Ed. Well, pissed off fucking Jersey Ed. And along with my two co-hosts, Buckeye Bambi and blah, 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 Beth.
That's
Welcome
me.
back to the show, Bambi. We missed you last week.
Yeah, Bambi.
I missed y'all too. Had a sick puppy.
Bambi. I know. If it wasn't for the sick puppy, we would have been talking bad about you.
I know, but she's 14. Sick puppy. She's 14 years old, but she's still my baby. So.
How's she doing?
Doing amazing. She's
Good.
fabulous.
She's a lot better.
Yes.
Because there's no more doggy time off for you anymore.
No, I used my dog.
You
time off.
used your last doggy time off last week. So, Beth, 1 hour a week and she can't even do it, right? I mean, how crazy is that? I mean, I don't know. You and I are going to have a talk and we're going to see if we're going to keep her on the show. No, I'm kidding. Guys.
What? No. Ed, you're talking crazy. I think you need to eat something.
I think you're right. Well, I'm not in a good... do I sound okay? My headphones sound really weird, but I'm trying to
You sound fine.
fix them. Sound all right?
Yeah.
Sound good to me.
Right, yeah, that's better. Oh, there. Oh, I sound much better in my headphones. It's like a different world in my head. It really is a different world in my head.
It
ladies.
really is a
It's
different world in
yeah,
your head,
you do not want to be near this world, okay? Anyway, so we'll get through the business first, and then we'll leave the audience in suspense why I'm pissed off. Maybe even to the end of the show, I'll even go off on. Well, I'll tell everybody. But anyways, if you guys want to give us a call, maybe if you want to call us right this very moment and ask me why I'm pissed off. But if we were on fucking YouTube or fucking Facebook Live, that would work, guys. That would 100% work.
Yeah.
But now it does not work. So when I give you this number, do not call me and ask me why I'm fucking pissed off because it's going to be 4 days later. So if you want to get a hold of us, it's 800-989-6504 or email us at I always want to give that one out because I've been doing it for so many years. friendsinrecoverycommunity.org, right? Is that our...
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com. friendsinrecoverycommunity@gmail.com. And then our website is friendsinrecoverycommunity.org. And what else? Individual emails are here. If you're not watching, get to a YouTube channel. If you want our emails personally, you will have to go to what are you doing, Beth?
I'm yawning.
What the fuck is that in your hand?
It's my vitamins.
I don't know, man. Let's see. DNB, G3NB. Gummies. Beth is doing gummies, everybody. Let's go. Come on, Beth. There she is.
I like to take the gummies when I'm on a diet because it kind of makes you feel, you can cheat but not really cheat.
Candy.
What?
Like candy. Yeah.
Like, do you snort the gummies if you really want to? No, it doesn't work. Come on.
You're cheating, but you don't have to count the calories in your vitamins. So I take like 30 of them. We're not
talking about pot gummies. You're not taking pot gummies.
Oh, no,
Beth. Is that clear?
vitamin gummies.
A vitamin gummies. Okay.
What?
Maybe he is.
Wait a minute, guys. Hold on.
We better check that bottle again.
That's right. No, Beth is taking vitamin gummies. 400 of them, but taking vitamin gummies. So, anyways, this show's off to a great start. So, get a hold of us. Smash that. What is it? Smash the something button.
Turn the notification bell on. Like, subscribe, comment. It really does help the algorithm out.
That's it. Help us out. Yeah. Just help me out. Make me happy and smash that button. Smash everything. Smash your computer. I'm kidding.
Oh, Ed.
So, guys, all right. So this is a perfect moment. Like, shit doesn't happen right? So I come on. I've been away. I literally just got home. Had to do a bunch of things around the house. I went for a run. Hey guys, you want to do a podcast in a good mood? And yeah, okay, let's do it. I jump in the shower, going down and text everybody. Yeah, we have this little text thread that we have amongst each other. 15 minutes, I'll be on. I get on. I go YouTube Live and Facebook Live, and this whole Riverside FM stuff that we use to record on changed the whole platform. I don't even know how to get on now. I have no clue. And I think YouTube Live and Facebook Live is cool.
Yeah, and you made me make a post. I announced it to the world that we were going live in.
I know 30 billion people are waiting to get on.
That's right. They're all waiting to watch us right now.
That's right. So now we will not have a Raw show next week or this week coming up. And the Raw show does better than the than the produced show. So go figure. Anyways, but. All right, that's the show, guys. I'm done. I want to go get something to eat. I want to go. I vented, but I don't know. Whatever. It just they keep changing shit. I think Beth wants us to do the 366 fucking days sober.
She wants us to do the commercial.
Am I freezing or is everybody else freezing? Huh? Oh yeah. Why don't we do the commercial right here?
Are you tired of being called crazy? Have people written you off long ago? But you're still trying to live sober and giving it your best shot? Good news, SoberPod is here to help. The 366 effing days sober daily meditation reader is the book for you. It's not just another self-help book. It was written by a humorous human, if I do say so myself, with a lifetime of experience with addiction and alcoholism who found a way to get and remain sober. In this book, you'll discover feeling good and doing good can go hand in hand. So if you want to make progress, not perfection, grab your copy of 366 effing days sober today and start your own journey. Stay active, stay sober, buy the book, visit soberpod.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Friends in Recovery podcast. That was a good commercial, I guess. I don't know what to say when we come back from a commercial. That's what 10 minutes the commercial is, and then we have to sit here and wait till it's over. No. They're like, all right, guys, this show's sucking. Can we get it over with and go? So that's the cue. I think somebody wants to read Carl's 366 fucking days sober. Buy the book, guys. Buy the book. And there is, let's say this. If you buy 10 books, we'll get Carl to sign one of them. Is that a deal?
Absolutely.
The first person to buy 10 books, or should be the 10th book. What should it be?
10th book.
The 10th book.
No, if you buy 10, we'll send you one for free with Carl's
signature. That's a great idea. If you buy 10 books, because a treatment center could be listening, or
that's right.
Somebody who wants to just hand them out could be listening. Guys, this book is $12.50 or $12.89. I mean, come on, just buy the book, and we'll send you one free. Right?
Yeah.
With Carl's signature. And you know what? We'll with Carl's signature and our signatures. How about that? No, I don't want anybody having my signature. I don't do autographs.
Oh my God. Well, you blew it all, Beth. All right, we'll just do Carl's signature because it's his book. It ain't our fucking book, right?
All right, let's read.
Okay.
Beth is like, what is going on here? Like,
I am always like, what's going on here? It's not you. It's everywhere in my life.
But people like listening to this. They don't want to. They want to read They want to listen to the problems we have in our lives. They don't want to hear
problems. My life is perfect.
All right, then.
What kind of gummies were they again, Beth?
The fun ones.
The fun ones. All right, good. Somebody read it.
All right.
We got 20 minutes left, guys. That's it.
We were driven by 100 forms of fear. That is what the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous says. I couldn't agree more. How often have you been fearful of not getting something you want or of losing something you have? Out of that sentence, we will still have 98 more forms of fear to deal with. WTF? That's a lot of fear. So many situations, relationships, pain, injury, finances, security, sexual relations, etc. It's a lot of shit. Too much shit to account for on this page. So what does one do with all this fear? Well, the big book suggests taking an inventory and attempting to see where these natural instincts got misdirected or warped and became our mental liabilities. The thought that we are driven by fear, and mostly in our own heads, can be a shock to some of us. But once it's put down on paper, the idea becomes all too clear. Reflections. Have you attempted anything like this in your life? Is now the time? If you have done it already, what was your takeaway? And the daily challenge. Look into the 12 steps and see if they might help you. For example, search 12 steps of AA. If you have done them already, review the 4th step again. Is there anything you left out?
I don't know. Is there anything you left out?
I
Where
don't
did
know.
Beth
My
go?
sponsor makes me do one every so often.
Does she?
Yeah.
Beth's volume's on, but she's gone.
Oh, my bad.
But she disappeared with the camera off
And the volume on.
and the volume on.
Bad podcaster.
I thought you were a good podcaster because I don't even know how to turn my camera off or the volume off. I'm impressed.
I know. Bambi, move your microphone closer to your voice there. There you go. And
Should I
tilt it
move
up.
closer to mine?
No, you have such a loud voice. You can be in like you can be in your garage, Beth, and it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Oh my god! All right. So, what was the reading about fear?
Fear.
All
And
right,
the
fear.
inventory, the 4th step, inventory.
Was it fuck everything and run? That's what fear stands for, right?
Face everything and recover.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Good,
face
Beth.
everything in recovery. Wow,
Bam, bam, bam.
touche.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
God.
do actually specific fear inventory. So there's 3 inventories.
Yes.
For fear?
Yeah.
What do you
It's in the
mean?
big book.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes, there's resentment inventory, there's
Yeah.
fear inventory, and there is harms done others and sex inventory.
What?
Yeah.
How come I never had that?
I don't know, because you don't read the big book.
I don't read the big book.
What the fuck?
It's too big.
I
12
was
and
just
12 in a big book. I'll take the 12 and 12 any day.
No, the 12 and 12 was written as an for people that have been through the book and want to expand on their understanding of the steps. But you have to actually do the steps first.
Well, I did the steps like
A million years
once,
ago.
a million years ago. Once. No.
But you didn't do a fear inventory.
No, I did not. You were one. So what's this fear inventory you speak of?
Anne-Marie, come talk about the fear inventory. I'll get you
Come on, Anne-Marie.
Come
Who's
say
Anne-Marie?
hi. This is Anne-Marie.
Hi, Anne-Marie. Welcome to the Friends in Recovery podcast. How are you?
Oh, good. It's nice to meet everybody.
Nice to meet you too. There's a million people watching right now, so
Nobody
Beth
wants.
is so popular. There's nobody watching.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt. I beg.
Well, come on, sit down with her and talk to us about the fear
Fear
inventory.
inventory.
What's the fear? Here,
No,
you sit
it's
here.
okay.
I'll get a chair.
Stop
I'll get
moving.
the
You're
chair.
recording.
It doesn't matter. We are so unprofessional. This does not matter.
Our audience expects it.
Well, welcome to the show, Anne-Marie. This is a very impromptu special guest that we have here. So, so I guess we were talking about fear.
Better.
I do. I love the fear inventory.
She what? Wait, say that again.
She understands the fear inventory better than I do.
Put the microphone in. There you go, Beth. Or go into your garage and talk.
Oh my god! So how many
She
columns
understands
in
the
fear
inventory better.
What?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let
She asked
Anne-Marie,
me-
you
She
speak.
asked me how many columns are in the fear inventory, but I guess it has to do with how you do it,
Yeah.
right?
Ooh.
So we've done it. Both Beth and I have done it where it's 5 columns. I've done it where it's 3 columns. I've also done it where there's no columns.
Okay.
And it's more of a discussion after a spiral in step 5. So I have found all of them to be very beneficial. Most recently, I did it where it was the typical 4 column. And I had never done it that way before. So I've done it probably 4 or 5 different methods.
So explain what it is. Like, explain what the columns are.
Oh, okay. So, I guess, all right, I'll do it the way that you and I did it.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are 5 columns. It is, what is the fear? What is the opposite of that fear?
Okay.
What is the cause and condition, which we interpreted to be, how do I behave according to this fear?
Okay.
Not necessarily what brought the fear up. So it would be, let's say, I'm afraid of, then the first column would be like, I'm afraid of people. The opposite, the legitimate opposite antonym of that is afraid to be alone. So you write down alone in the second column.
Oh, okay.
In the third column, it's the cause and condition. So if I'm afraid of people, I isolate. This is what I do when I'm afraid, right?
Okay.
It's not so much where did it come from. This is what I do. I isolate. I don't return phone calls. I don't return texts, although text didn't exist when we did this. Not to age us or anything, but I don't return that. I don't go to birthday parties, or if I do go to a party, I have a hard time talking to people. I write down all the behaviors according to my fear of people.
Okay.
I feel like she's taking my inventory right now.
I don't know, but she's a pretty good podcast host, so we might just turn the show over to her.
I'm too unreliable.
Wait a minute. Do you know who you're sitting next to? Hello.
I do. BFF
Can't be anybody worse than her. I'm kidding, Beth. We love you.
So after I take a look at what do I do with this fear in terms of the conditions, I guess it's not so much cause, it's condition of the fear. Like, what are my behaviors, right? Mm-hmm. Then the next one is, what's my earliest memory? That was the fourth column. What's my earliest memory? And let's use the example of fear of people. Well, my earliest memory is walking into kindergarten and seeing 23 other kids and being like, are you out of your mind? I had an older brother and sister, but they were so much older that I was like an only child who lived in the middle of the woods in Morris County and just played by myself all day. Or, with the squirrels and the groundhogs. So it was, I like looked at these people and I was like, oh my God, where are these 2-leggers coming from? And what do you mean I have to stay here? So that would be the earliest memory, right? And then, and looking at the next one, the last column was way back when we called it the hit parade, and we would fill it out in column in the 5th step. But then it became, what is the lie? What is the lie? Because underneath all fear is dishonesty. Mm. There is not a fear out there that's true.
Well, explain that. What do you mean by that? Like, I'm afraid of heights. That's not a lie.
Have you had an experience falling off a cliff?
Oh. I said again, you froze it.
Have you had an experience falling off a cliff?
No.
Well, then that's not true. You don't know if you're high up, if you can actually get hurt. You just think that you can. True. Fear in our head is something that we're telling ourselves that's going to stop us from doing something. That's usually based on a lie, because it's not usually based in a current experience or even a past experience that I've had.
Okay.
And even if it is based in a past experience that I've had, it may have been with person A. It doesn't mean it's going to happen with person B.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So the fear is a manifestation in my mind of some sort of lie. And sometimes at the basis of all of it, even if you can't find the actual lie itself, the lie, no matter what, is always going to be, is God everything or is God nothing? Is God going to take care of you or not? Because if you believe that he will,
which is the 3rd step proposition. Second step proposition. Then
I would never known. I have no idea.
Then the fear is a lie, right? Because if God is everything, then the fear is a lie. And that it might just be you haven't had the experience, and so you need the prayer and the faith and the courage to walk through it, like the book talks about, right? Like, all men of faith have courage. You wouldn't need courage if you didn't feel fear. So it's like I tell my 9-year-old all the time, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. I understand. Do it. Do it anyway. And let's see if it's true.
You have to walk through your fears, right? Is that kind of what you're getting at?
You're
walk
quiet.
through your fears to see. Oh, hold on. Can you hear me? I don't know what is going on with my thing today.
It's definitely
so
you,
you
Ed.
have to walk. Yeah, I think so. Let me just see what.
It's always you, Ed.
Always, Ed.
Oh, I know why. I'm on the wrong network. I hope I don't go off here, but
And if it's not, we're going to blame it on you anyway.
let's see what
So,
happens.
Yeah. Is he going to leave
you
the
guys
show
there?
again?
No, I'm here. Is that better?
Uh-huh.
Guys, can you hear me? Is that
yeah,
better?
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
on the wrong network, so it's complicated. You need a tech person like me to explain it, and you kind of common people wouldn't know.
No.
I'm kidding. Anyways, so we have to push through our fears, right? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, misunderstood
What
the
I'm
whole thing.
saying is this a 12-step thing?
Yeah.
Beth, can you ask her to leave, Beth, please?
Actual like audience here. Okay,
12
it's
steps.
12 steps.
Yep.
In order to even get to the fear inventory, you've had to have already faced steps 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Things are only impossible or fearful when it's not humanly possible.
Okay. So step one is good. Let's go to step one.
So step 1 beats you into a state of reasonableness as you destroy your life and you're physically dependent upon something.
Okay.
Step 2 is coming to believe. And I truly, I know it says came to believe, but I look at it as like coming to believe. It's your first time because each experience is going to increase your faith more and more. And you never stop growing on that.
Yes.
Step 3 is your decision. I'm going to make this decision, just like I'm going to decide to go to graduate school. Well, just because I'm afraid of my second day of class doesn't mean I don't go. It means I hit my knees, I call a friend, and I pray and or smoke and or eat Skittles or do something else to get myself in that classroom.
Yeah.
And by the time I leave that classroom, I'm like, oh, hey, I did it.
Wasn't bad.
Right. And then I have more faith on day 3.
There you go.
But it's not a matter of just do it anyway by myself. If I was capable of that, why would I be an Alcoholics Anonymous?
That is true.
True.
So our original. So back to lies, fears, and lies. Let's say. All right. So you're saying we work through steps 1, 2, and 3, and we don't push through the fear. Is that what you're saying? We learn through it.
No.
We ask God to get involved.
Bingo.
Okay. All right.
Practice it.
Okay. All right. So what about the people who don't believe in God or don't believe in that part of because there are people out there that are listening to this and saying, well, you know, I don't believe in God, which some people don't.
Well, then, right. So then it goes back to steps 2 or 3. What's your higher power? There's got to be, even if you don't believe in God,
Yeah.
there's got to be a power greater than you. And if that's a collective power of Alcoholics Anonymous, if that is, you know, something more than just my own willpower, then that's what you're relying on.
Okay.
But to me, going through the fear inventory is taking a look at the truth of it. But every step builds upon the step before that. It's not like you just jump up, 4 flights of 4 steps. Even if you just did that on a staircase, you'd fall backwards.
Yeah.
Understandably.
That is true.
Right? So you have to be able to continue to practice it. That's why the year after working the 12 steps is always the hardest, because now you got 12 steps you have to practice in all of your affairs. When you're on step 3, you only got 1, 2, and 3 to practice. Then 4. Oh, no. Now we're doing 5, 6, get to 8. You're like, oh my God, I'm tired.
Too much shit going on in my life.
Yeah. So, but that's my point, is that it's like one of the things that I think sometimes happens in AA is that we get past 1, we get to 3, and then self-knowledge takes over again. So not to pick on New Jersey Ed, whom I just met and like very much. But you said, do we learn our way through it? Well, yes, but knowledge isn't enough. So it's not learning, it's practicing. It's experiencing.
Okay.
And
I
it's
like
adding
that.
to your armor. It's the more experiences you have lead to an awakening at some point. And in order to keep that awakening, you have to continue to experience it. Like one of the first things that it says in our book is that, what is it? To fail, if you don't grow spiritually, you'll die an alcoholic death unless you grow spiritually. Well, grow
the two alternatives.
Well, grow, learn.
Implies you have to keep practicing.
Yeah, exactly. So like my running, like I'm training for this crazy run, right? And if I don't get out there every day, or if I don't get out there and listen to my schedule, whatever, I'm not gonna. There's a big chance I'm not gonna do it, right? I mean, that's just like anything in life, though. Like anything in life, but this is something particular to get through the fear of whatever we're looking at, right? Is we have to keep practice. And like you said, once I go to class, then the next day it gets a little easier. Next day it gets a little easier. Next day it gets a little easier. So let's turn that around and we said, what is it? What's the opposite of it? You went through the 5. So drinking, let's throw drinking in there, or getting high or whatever. What am I afraid of?
I just wanted to say is, if you go back to what I use as an example.
Yeah.
The question during the 5th step is, which are you really afraid of? Are you afraid of people? Are you afraid of being alone? Are you afraid of both? Because usually, as an alcoholic, I'm afraid of people and afraid of being alone. And that's why I live in such hell in the middle, because there's nowhere to go. So am I afraid of drinking? Am I afraid to stay sober? That's the opposite.
Got it. Okay.
So chances are I'm living in a state of hell in between the two. And just to your own example of the running, that schedule right there is a power greater than you.
That is true. You're right.
Most alcoholics will be like, oh God, it's 8:00. My schedule says I have to leave at 8. Okay, fine. I'll leave at 8. If that wasn't in your schedule, you'd be in bed.
I'd be in bed.
So that's a great example of something, a power greater than me, myself, and I getting me to do stuff and be accountable.
Yeah. Exactly it, being accountable for whatever that action is. If it's drinking, if it's running, if it's whatever, people, it's I know I've heard of the fear inventory. I know I heard of that, but I really never have done it. I've never done it with my sponsor. And
well, what are you doing tomorrow? I'll take you through one. It'll be great.
I got a 16-mile run in the morning, and then I'm going on a boat. So anytime in between that, we can talk.
Well, I'm having coffee and a cigarette, and you're running. You can come over after that.
There you go. Beth, she doesn't know where I live, does she?
I can tell her. We can stay with Elizabeth. She's down there. There you go.
I'm a little far to stop over. So, anyways, no, that's great information. And so let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you ladies this. So we overcome our fears by working our program, obviously, by staying on course. Like my sponsor says, Eddie, stay the course, right? We stay the course. We practice whatever we're going through. But how do we really get over that fear? When do we get over it? I don't know if it's a question or just kind of something I'm saying. When can we say, okay, that fear is gone now? Like when
you're no longer living according to it, and you're only going to experience your way into it.
And you're not making decisions in your life based on it.
Based on fear, fear of people, or fear of this, or fear of that.
And then guess what? You'll have new fears.
Of course.
And you can keep practicing.
Yeah.
Listen, you
get to do a fear inventory again.
Exactly.
We would have to do one every day for the next year for me to catch up.
Well, then get on it, Ed. I guess we know what we're talking about next week in the podcast.
That's right. My fear inventory.
That's right.
We can fit stuff
with Anne Marie.
I love it. I really love it.
Beth, do not give this woman my phone number. I will kill you. I will hunt you down, Beth. No,
every morning. You right? Did you write?
Yeah, exactly.
She totally does that.
I do.
We hear a lot about you.
Yeah, we do.
Seriously, Beth talks a lot of you on the show. She adores you. So she's you're number one on her shit list. No, I mean on her wonderful list. So.
On either, it depends on the day.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. Yeah, you always can't be happy, right? You gotta vent somehow. So. Well, ladies, we are at 29 minutes. That was very good.
That was
Probably
good.
3 minutes of the
My pleasure.
bullshit at the
Thanks for
beginning.
having me.
Thank you. That was really cool, impromptu. Beth comes through again. But thank you, Anne Marie, and you're always welcome on the show. Anytime you're in the presence of Beth, which I would probably keep small or low if I were you. I'm kidding. No, I love Beth. Did Beth ever tell you the story how I got her to come on a podcast?
No, maybe.
When I was up at the conference.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, the minute I sat down with her, I'm like, because we were kind of in between, Bambi and I were in between a host and we do, and Beth, we were like, let's just see, we have to get somebody. And Beth and I had lunch. I'm like, I think I even texted you, Bambi. I said, I got our next podcast host. She's sitting right in front of me. And I actually called her boss the next day, and then I asked her, and
Mike.
There you go.
she signed a contract for what, $1 million point nothing, and she gets a paycheck every week, right?
Yeah,
Beth?
just like my
Yeah, they just doubled my
Just like
salary.
Bambi.
We get the same paycheck.
That's right. No, so but it's amazing how we're brought into together, and then now we have this wonderful knowledge from you, and Beth shares all the knowledge she learns from you on the show, and all people. It's just amazing. So thank you so much, Anne Marie.
Thank you guys.
It. Beth, thank you very much for bringing her on. We appreciate it. Bambi, you were quiet this show.
I read.
You wanna let's go through the five F's with you.
I did my fear inventory. As a matter of fact, every time I'm really struggling, my sponsor says it's time to do another fourth step.
Yeah, but your sponsor, I'm afraid of her.
Me too. The other day I said I was calling to tell her something, and I said, and I've already walked 2 miles outside because she sends me walking all the time.
When she calls me, I know something's up. I know I have to, before I pick up the phone call from your sponsor, I call my sponsor so I can pick up her call. So, but guys, fear inventory. What'd you say, Beth? I said, fuck everything and run. You said, face everything and recover. I guess it's the mood you're in, the day you're in, the state you're in, the step you're on, I guess, and where you're at in life. So, do your fear inventory, guys.
Yeah.
Jump in and call Anne Marie. Her phone number will be up here, and we'll make sure that we have all our listeners call you.
You're very funny.
While she's smoking coffee and drinking a cigarette. Well, while she's drinking a cigarette, we know what I mean. While she's
when I was drinking, I would smoke coffee and drink cigarettes.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
But now you do the opposite, right?
Correct.
Good. All right, guys, stay sober, everybody.
This concludes this episode of Friends in Recovery, the Addiction Recovery Podcast. Follow us on Facebook for past shows and updates, and enjoy free access to twice daily support meetings. Friends in Recovery, the Addiction Recovery Podcast, is available on Facebook, Podbean, iTunes, and YouTube 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.